And let us not forget the oral statements where the prophet also mentions the east. I am doing the east right now. I am going to have to straighten out the east. And then I will end up in the west. This, the west, will be the easiest. You will be able to lie down and sleep and wake up in peace. This will be just a breakfast fight. By the time you eat breakfast, it will all be over with. Keep that in mind.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm reaching a bit. Maybe I'm going a little too far. But, listen, I got to say this, man. Because I see it's my Moorish brothers and sisters out here still debating and going back and forth about this, Ramadan thing and just the whole, thinking with Arabia thing. I got to say this, man. I got to put it out there on the record, put it in the public. Look, I think brothers have it drastically misinterpreted what the prophet meant by that particular oral statement. Okay? For a couple of reasons that are pretty obvious. First of all, why jump across an ocean to set some people in order in their home? When we got things to work on where we at, right? First of all. Not saying that it's not a conversation to be had with our brothers in the Far East or Middle East. But I think when the prophet made that statement, if he actually made that statement, he was talking about the East Coast. He was in the East Coast initially and came to the Midwest. I think he's talking about the East Coast. And I will tell you why I think the prophet was talking about the East Coast. With all due respect to my brothers on the East Coast. But historically, the brothers on the East Coast were the first making deals with the colonizers. You brothers on the East Coast were the first making deals with the colonizers. How was the colonies established? Because of the deals made with the native tribes there. The Iroquois nation was slaughtering their own people. Now, yes, the European did utilize the rivalries against those tribes to their advantage. But nonetheless, you brothers capitalized on it. You let outsiders come in and helped usher in this capitalistic point of view. I mean, we can look at it even today. Our brothers on the East Coast are as they were then. You are what your forefathers are, without doubt or contradiction. These brothers made deals with them. On the East Coast, what you got? Capitalistic shit going on. Fashionistas. Our brothers on the East Coast, sisters, they into, like they, not like they don't like jewelry everywhere else, but our brothers on the East Coast, they really into their jewelry, they fashion, they big business deals, and they under the table deals. They brag about a lot of this. Not saying that's not bragged about in other places. I'm talking about the East Coast right now, though. I'm talking about historically. Historically, you all were the first on the East Coast to make deals with the colonizers. You all were the first slaughtering your own people by the thousands for trade with the colonizers. The Iroquois Confederacy, the Beaver Wars, etc., etc. You were slaughtering your own people for trade with the Europeans. Their uniforms, their leathers and shit that they was bringing from over there, they medallions, they little badges and shit they had, and of course they firearms. And today, same thing goes on the East Coast. So what I think the prophet meant was our brothers on the East Coast, in the East Coast. Bro, if you think about it historically, where Chicago is centered in the Midwest, geographically, it makes sense that it's a headquarters. It just makes sense that it's a Mecca of the West. It just makes sense the way it's geographically located. 5 Great Lakes, the largest freshwater source on the planet, is there. It just makes sense. It's valuable land. So how did French ships end up in Lake Michigan? How they cross them borders on the East Coast? They were let through. They were let through. Y'all breached security, bro. Y'all let them invade headquarters. Y'all supposed to be protecting the inland. You know what I'm saying? And y'all didn't, bro. So that's what. Of course, that's a hard fight. Imagine having to fight your protectors. Your protectors made a deals with outsiders. Imagine going to have to set your protectors straight. Hey, man, y'all breached security. Y'all let these ones come in, and by the time they got to the Midwest, bro, it was over. Like, dude, they had a stronghold by that time. You know what I'm saying? So imagine that going to your protectors who are supposed to protect you. You the inland people. You supposed to be being protected by these people. You going to your brothers like, damn, bro, y'all breached security, bro. And you got to fight with your protectors now. That's going to be a hell of a fight, bro. You know, and here going to be straight to fix. The Midwest, the internal inland will be straight. We got to make sure our borders are protected and secure. To make sure we safe in here first. Look at what's going on in America right now. Protecting borders, bro. I'm just saying. Think about it. You know? I'm just saying. Think about it. You know what I'm talking about?